data is the new currency in the digital world, then our personal identities, our private data should be treated like an asset. If we as digital citizens rely so much on our digital identity and data security, how are these regulations going to change our lives as digital lives?
You know, the internet started as a very trusted way of connecting like universities and stuff, and it feels like it took decades, but finally we got to the point where we said maybe we should not trust anybody unless they prove they should be trusted. Identity is really at the heart of that. If you don't know who you're interacting with or who's accessing the systems, you kind of need to start to deny that access. And so I think you're going to see a lot more identity innovation, whether it's consumer-facing or enterprise-facing.
Privacy as we knew it is dead. Long live ethics. There's always two sides to the coin. Now, on one side, you can say, well, you're giving your identity away. But on the other side, the same sources of data and mechanisms and algorithms can be used to catch the bad actors.
We are trusting a lot of organizations with our data. You know, when it comes to banking, can we become the trusted safes for you? When it comes to your data, your financial information, that is the big question, and that's where I think the innovation is yet to come.
It's definitely a catch-up game because the perpetrators of fraud and money laundering are not sitting still, right? So if you remember the McAfee virus days, you had to download virus definitions almost every week or sometimes every other day because, you know, the hackers keep finding new ways around the security.
What constitutes personal information, I think, is going to be debated for a while. Like in GDPR, source IP address of where you connect to a system from is considered personal information. But like, for example, in cybersecurity, that's super important to know where someone's connecting from.
You think about what we rely on for identity today. So when you're born, you get a birth certificate and a social security card. Neither of those have any biometric factors or pictures or anything. So if I clone your identity, how do you do the attestation that I am who I say I am? It's actually a big problem that most of us, like, it won't happen to me, and I'm the same way. Like, I hope it never happens, because if it does, it's very hard to resolve.
Everybody giving their biometrics and allowing that to open up most of their devices, their homes, etc. The idea of implanting a chip, I think, is gone, and because we're already all willing to give up a biometric, which is really intrinsically you, rather than something that gets added to you.
The reason Estonia did so well is because they created attribution. The internet's such a mess because of non-attribution, right? The more we move into attribution and identity and sort of provability of who you are, then your identity as an asset, which is like the panel title, becomes that much more valuable.